So yesterday we had the Olympic gold medal game decided, and it's a dream scenario. It's FIBA's dream, it's the network's dream, it's the fans' dream. Everybody wins. Maybe not all the fans' dream, but it's mainly the fans' dream. Everybody wins in a rare scenario, and I want to talk about this tournament in general. This kind of best, most competitive Olympic basketball tournament ever, and then these two teams' journeys getting here. So first off, was this tournament. We actually coming into this had a solidified tier of teams and a good amount of teams in these tiers. The U.S. and one. Let's not kid around. But that team tier two was I think France, Germany, Serbia, and Canada coming in. Germany won the FIBA World Cup. Serbia placed second and have the best player in the world. Canada's second most talented roster in France, home country, and a good roster too. And then you had that third tier with interesting Australia, historically great. Historically great Olympic basketball team. Greece has Giannis, is his first Olympics, and then you had what else? What was the third tier team I was gonna put? I forgot. How did I forget? Whatever. Oh, Spain. Spain also historically great, like less of a roster than they usually have though. And then you kind of had your rest, your Brazil, South Sudan, Japan, all the way in the tier below. But that, like, with the tier 2 and tier 3 potentially fighting for, let's be honest, what we thought would be a silver medal or a bronze medal, but like an actual legitimate, maybe the most legit chance since 2004 to actually take down the U.S. in the Olympics. And it did live up to the hype. I think it did. We had the U.S. playing really close games, having to fight for their lives, and you had a lot of like unpredictability of these who's going to make the silver medal game, as we can see here. If you said before the Olympics France was going to make the silver medal game, yeah, no one's arguing you. But after group stages, France had a terrible group stage. I mean, awful. Brazil, not a great team. They ended up making the knockout stage, but they ended up really they made it because of Rui's injury, but they ended up beating them. And then Japan, that whole controversy, the refs with the and one call and ejecting Rui, who only played a half as their best player, not great. And but they squeak by. They're still there. And then Germany completely destroys them. And they were up 20 that entire game and ended up beating them by 14. And then France gets to draw off Canada, who had a great group stage, and then Germany, who had a great group stage and beat them by 15. That was a presumption, whatever the word is, match or path they would have to go to be able to make the silver medal game. And I don't even think anybody thought they would medal once they got Canada, and they destroyed Canada. I mean, it wasn't even close. And with France, their guard play was terrible in groups. Their wing play, they have shooters who are older now in Batum and Fournier. And then it was up to their bigs, and one of their bigs, Rudy Gobert, is not playing for injuries, for honestly every reason you can have to not play, or it just injuries and not good, I guess, and just not fit. And you had 20-year-old Wembanyama leading you. And they ended up going against a Canada team full of dogs, second most talented roster, MVP candidate in Shea, and they destroyed them. And then Germany beats Greece and Giannis, and then they match up again. I don't know how much Germany was favored in that game. I didn't check the odds, but they were pretty heavily favored in the first game, and then they destroyed them, so I assumed they'd be favored by more. And France handles Germany, and now they're here in a silver medal game. After group stages, I would have been shocked if they made this. Or in gold medal game, not silver medal game. I'm calling my shot. But I would have been shocked if they were here, and they are. And in the U.S., obviously, I think they're held under a microscope so much. And, like, we're not in the age of beating international teams by 50, no matter what the international team is, especially in the Olympics. Like, that era is gone. So they've been playing great, and then the whole Serbia game, though, was, crazy. That's the closest that the U.S. has gotten to losing, besides that, like, whole mess in 2000 and 2004. Those teams were just not well put together, not well coached. That was the closest the U.S. has gotten to not getting the gold medal ever, just flat out ever. And Serbia is great team. I mean, obviously Jokic, but Bogdanovich. Like we talk about like Dennis Schroeder and Patty Mills and Ricky Rubio as like these C plus B whatever tier NBA players, completely elevating their games in the Olympics. Gotta talk about Bogdanovich. He's been doing this for 8 years, for 3 straight Olympics. I mean, in 2016 he almost beat the U.S. In 2021 Serbia didn't have a great Olympics. Jokic didn't play whatever, and in 2024 also a great Olympics. So nobody talks about Bogdanovich like that. And that leads us obviously to the U.S. versus France. I think the U.S. wins this game. It's unfortunate. It's not an obvious, not a hot take, whatever. U.S. wins. They're favored by like 15 or something. They'll probably cover that. Be a fun matchup though. Obviously, host country and the U.S. playing. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Discord server's never coming.